Like, I would say maybe like 50% of the time I had to beep him before he came.
Okay.
But other than that, like he would come running back, and then like he kind of takes a little bit of time to like sit down at your feet. But mostly, I mean, it was pretty good.
Call him up.
Yeah.
You can put your.
Oh, thanks.
There you go. So go ahead and fill me in what happened.
So we were in the baseball fields. It was like 4 p.m. because that's when it gets like busy. But we normally have like another play group.
Sure.
And there was like a kid and a dad. And he's like kind of weird around kids. Like doesn't know what to do with them.
Okay.
I think he's mostly just scared. And he was like far away, like really far. And Wallace just like got something weird happened, and he like took off like barking like meanly at the kid.
Sure.
And like to the point where the dad had to like step in, and like it was kind of like a
Sure.
like he was still really far. Like Wallace was like from here to like that wall away from the kid. Like, and then he like kind of stopped, and but the kid screamed, and then Wallace like took off running the other way because he was scared.
Because the kid screamed?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I didn't beep him because like he was already like so freaked out. I didn't want him to like keep going the other way or like whatever. But I finally grabbed him and we just kept on leash. But that's only happened like once, I think. But
Gotcha.
I don't know. I'm like that would have been a perfect like time to like Wallace calm. Yeah. But then like it was just so much going on, and I didn't want. He was like freaked out, so I didn't want him to like run the other way because we haven't done much off leash like recall yet. So yeah.
So I always, in that sense, I say error, like, you know, like, so I had a client who did 2 classes, and then before we even did recall, her dog took off on her. So she had to 127 the dog and make him come back.
Yeah.
And then, you know, she's like, just, you know, we didn't do recall, you know, but this happened. I'm like, no, I'm like, it's either you gamble your dog getting hit by a car, or it's like, all right, he's either going to hit the streets, or I do something to prevent it, you know, or I do something to prevent it. So it all just comes down to the handler, you know.
Yeah.
When I don't know if it happened with us, but there was, I've had it happen a couple of times with a client, and it's real simple stuff. Like it actually happened to me yesterday, where the client was doing the long leash heel, you know, and the dog wasn't doing as well, and was making mistakes, and the owner kept stopping, and I was like, move, tap, move, and you can see she was panicking.
Yeah.
And finally she like did it and started going. You know, we worked through it, and then afterwards I'm like, welcome to real life.
Yeah.
Because that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? But this was a very simple situation.
Yeah.
So that's why when you practice with them on the leash, like if you see something, like most people want to baby or help the dog, you don't. You make them work through it because you're not only working with him, you're working with yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're getting yourself ready for if something happens, it's not going to be, it's not so much about obedience training, it's about you making him return in an emergency situation.
Right.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So having a very solid foundation makes life a lot easier. So like if I have a really solid recall and I see I'm doing that and I 127 pop them, 180 straight back to me because I've done so much repetition, right?
Yeah.
Or it's like crap, I'm not at that stage yet, but it's either that or something worse happens. Then it's, you know, do you gamble or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's okay. I mean, ultimately it worked out okay.
It was just, I was like, oh my god, and I'm
welcome
like,
to life.
I know, yeah.
Welcome
And like
to life.
not that, I mean, he would never like do it. I mean, he was just doing what he used to do. Was just like kind of, you know, he gets curious, then he gets like halfway there, and then stops. He's scared, but like,
Sure.
yeah. But other than that, I mean, it's been going great. Like, I would still say like, I still have to like beep him like 50% of the time when I say like, well, it's coming. Like he'd like kind of mosey gags or whatever, and then as soon as I beep him though, then he starts running right back. So
this is number 4, right?
yeah.
So at this stage, you're always remoting.
Okay.
Always. Okay, so don't wait for Wallace to make the decision. You make it.
Yeah.
Because that's how it works. There's a couple of reasons for now why you want to remote him. One of them is you want to force the mistake of if you tap him too late, he's going to run away.
Okay.
Okay, so that's one reason. The second reason is most people give dogs the opportunity to like be a good dog or make the right decision.
Yeah.
I use every opportunity to make him make the right decision.
Okay.
So then he thinks every time you call me, it is always return.
Yeah.
No matter what. That's what builds reliable recall.
Okay.
But if it's like come and then Wallace, come on.
And then you do tap
Wallace.
him.
And then you tap him, and he's like, all right.
Yeah.
I had 3 opportunities to ignore it though.
Yeah.
That's how we start to create bad habits. That's why it's always for me right now. Wallace, come tap. Wallace, come tap. Tap. Wallace, come tap. Tap. Wallace. If he's not coming directly to me, tap. Tap. We'll be back. Tap. Tap. Like making.
Yeah.
So then it creates that consistency.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, that makes sense.
So here we go. I have a long leash here. Oh, you have yours?
We got, yeah, we brought these 2 guys.
Well, we have 2. If yours is like one tied together.
One is this one's 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah. Let's. I mean, these are 240. Like.
Oh yeah, I
40
remember.
feet.
Yeah, this is fine.
Okay.
I can take yours.
You want me to leave this with Don?
Yes.
Actually, I just throw this in the car.
Oh, there you go.
He also loves jumping in the front seat of the car.
Yeah.
When you're driving?
Yes.
Wait.
Like,
Wait. Oh, you're fine. Look at how good these other puppies are being.
We'll switch to my black one so that your leash is going to pick up a lot of dog first of all. Because that won't happen.
Yeah.
I'll just put it over here.
That's fine. All right, so what we're going to do is start with just showing me what you remember.
Okay.
How you've been practicing, then we'll move on to the next step. Okay?
Cool. Like on here already. You're fine.
What? Wallace, come!
Turn the face back, tap, tap. Yeah, so when you start this.
He's been like, he goes past you and then he like takes his time and
Yeah.
then like comes back.
So we're going to play with the number. So right there, because he looped around, and by the time he turned around, he was already there.
Yeah.
And you want to be spot on. The moment he passes you, you're already pivoting to move
Okay.
back. Because that's how we remove, how we create just a very direct
Yeah.
recall. Or we start to play with the number so that he thinks, I really want to get there quickly as possible and not gamble the loop around because it just means more remote.
Okay.
Okay? What's the number right now?
16.
Okay, we're going to do a few more.
Oh, good.
Wallace, come!
Tap, 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 tap. Good, right there. Good, and praise. That was much better.
Whoa.
Good, we'll do 3 more.
Okay. Hold on, buddy.
Yep, tap, tap, back, tap, 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 back, 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 tap, tap, back, 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 back. There you go. Back, tap, tap. Tap, 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 back, back, back. There you go. You got it. Better. Great.
Wallace, come!
Good. Back, tap, 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 right there. Back, tap, 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 back, tap, 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 tap. Right, good. A little bit better. There you go. Praise.
Boy. Boy. Great. Boy. Another one?
Yeah.
Couple more.
What? Ow. Give me a bruise.
Couple more.
Wallace, come! Is that one better?
Yeah.
Very impressive, like how quiet they all are.
Actually, I just text my handler to correct all these dogs because even this is too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is not how it is. It's because of the energy.
Gotcha.
But we have a guy back there barking who shouldn't be barking. That guy shouldn't be spiraling, and this guy shouldn't be whining. We're really strict around
I
here.
was just saying, to me, I'm like, damn, this is like good.
No, it's usually a lot quieter.
Wallace, come!
Good. Tap tap. Tap 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 tap. Hold right there. Good.
Great.
We're going to swap handlers.
Welcome.
Tap tap back. Drop. Yep. Better. Play. So that's what we want. Just a straight shot.
Yeah.
Um,
With him facing the other way, is that like that at all?
no. As long as he's close.
Okay.
Unless he's like further from you, looking the other way, and he's looking at squirrels, then I would say that's not good. I'd remote him to like tighten him up. But otherwise, the closeness he had there was perfectly fine.
Okay, cool.
Welcome.
Good. That's fine.
Good boy. Okay, break.
Good. We'll do 2 more. Are you still at 16?
18.
Okay. Was that 18 before, or did you bump it?
I didn't bump it. Did you bump it?
To be honest, my hand might have bumped it.
Okay.
I don't know.
I just 18's fine. I just wasn't. I thought I remembered 16 earlier, so I was just making sure.
Yeah, I feel like whenever we do this activity, I always accidentally like
Bump it.
There's like bumped to 35 on accident.
Well, hop.
Back good. Good.
Okay, break.
Tap tap. Good. Tap 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 tap. Back. Right there. Turn back. Tap tap. Good. Hold right there. Good. So the reason why I had you do taps in the middle is because he started looking side glancing.
Yeah.
So then you're tapping there to redirect him.
Okay.
So all that looked good. Like he's got good speed and stuff. It's just the overshooting. So we're gonna play with the number a little bit, make it a bit more direct.
Okay.
So it's just happened to me a couple of times. We can create speed through power. We can also create tighter recalls through power, or more just direct shots through power. Most people's inclination is to try to keep it as low as possible. And I just keep going until I find the number where the dog goes, crap, I don't want to risk anything. Yeah. I'm just going to get my butt there as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Okay? So what we'll do here is you're at 18.
Yeah.
Let's go to 22. And then we're going to add in what I call my sidestep exercise.
Okay.
So if we call Wallace and he comes to us.
No, I was like, am I watching something or is it me on the camera?
If we call Wallace, he comes to us, and you move, what should he do?
Move with you.
Yes, he should stay with you.
Yeah.
Okay. So like heel is a walk with me, stay with me, stay when I stop.
Yeah.
This is a come to me, stay with me, and put your butt down.
Okay.
So very similar, but doesn't need to look specific. Okay, so if you move to the side and he just like follows in whatever manner he does, it's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Okay, I just need him to move with you when you do move, and to put that butt down once you come to once you stop.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't care where he lands, just within that immediate space.
Okay.
So we're gonna call Wallace to us. You're gonna wait a moment, and then once he settles, you'll either step back like this, or you can step to the side. That or to the other side, any direction, but forward light is okay.
Okay.
So if Wallace lands beside me here, and I move like this, what does this look like?
You're going to go forward.
Going to look like this. Heel. Exactly. So if he follows me, I don't know if he's following me because of default heel, or because he's understanding the concept of stay with the panel. Or if he's here and then I turn like this, it's still forward light.
Yeah.
Okay. So we move very awkwardly. We're moving either directly to the side like this, or we're moving backwards or angled out.
Okay.
Like that. That's what we find too. It's anything but forward light.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, after he sits.
After he sits, correct.
Okay.
I'm gonna let him settle first, and then wait a moment, and then go into the side movement. I do about 2 to 3 steps.
Okay.
Then come to a stop, let him settle, then again, let him settle, and then again if you want, otherwise you release him.
Okay.
If he doesn't immediately move, once you move, you want to keep him with that tap.
Okay.
Okay, so if I move and I wait 2 seconds, then I remote, you're going to create a 2-second delay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's immediate. The moment, like just like the heel, we start walking, boom, he's here.
Yeah.
Same thing for the recall. Once I called him and I move, he should already be looking at that and moving with me.
Yeah.
Okay? We don't say anything, it's all implied.
Okay.
It's built into the recall command as a default setting, you know?
Mm-hmm.
This helps to cement in his brain to not prematurely leave. So if you call him away from squirrels, he should like run back to the squirrels. This
Yeah.
is part of that. 2, it also might confuse him.
Okay.
Because he came to you, you moved and you remote him, it might send him away.
Yeah.
So we use this as another exercise to force the confusion so that we can work through it and make him return. So that we know that, so if we cement his brain, remote always means to return to me, that means to move away.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Questions?
Nope. Should I still keep it at 22?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna play with the number to see if we can start creating a little bit of a
More speed.
faster speed, less loopiness.
Well, stop.
Good. Now tap, turn, tap, 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 tap. Hold right there. Good. So now you're going to move 2 steps to your immediate left. Tap, 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 tap. So you see how he's not moving?
No.
So you're going to want to play with your number. Try 26 or so. There you go. Good. Wait there. Backwards tap, 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 tap. Hold right there. So this was to correct that one. So this isn't a side step. There you go. So then here, you can go to your tap to settle him. There he goes. Now we'll just move backwards 2 steps. Tap, 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 hold. Wait a moment. We'll take that for now. And then 3 steps to your left. Good. And praise.
Good boy.
And release.
Okay,
Good. So it didn't look like he was fazed by those taps. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No, it didn't really look.
Right? Double check your collar to hit the vibrate function. Pager.
This one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
That last one I didn't tap on moving right away. Should I still tap?
If he moved immediately, oh yeah, that was correct.
Okay.
Because I saw him. He followed you the moment you moved.
Okay.
The ones before that you needed to tap.
Yeah. Wait. What? Well, stop.
Oh yeah, there you go. And yep. A little bit more direct. Okay. Tap. Good. And then here you can move to your immediate left. That was good. Yep, that was fine because he moved very quickly. Now here, he went too far.
Yeah.
So turn to face him and then move backwards. Tap, tap, hold right there. There we go. So that was to correct him because he overshot it.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're going to go into a two-step reverse. Tap, tap. Yep, right there. Good. And then a big step to your right. That was good. Now turn to face him. Back. Tap, tap. There you go. Hold right there. Turn to face him. Back. Tap. Hold right there. Good. So you always make him complete it. So you see how close he is now?
Yeah.
Because you kept moving away from him
Yeah.
to make him resolve the issue.
So
Okay?
he's like, stop moving. Yeah.
Yes. Now, on that last one, did you see how quick that was? How
Yeah.
quick that turn was?
Yeah.
That's the kind of response I'm looking for when we're getting those taps in. Very quick, okay? Because that's what you're conditioning.
Yeah.
So if his turn is too slow or the return is too slow, those two things allow the dog to go back into whatever it is that they're doing, chasing a squirrel, running after a car, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's why we want that kind of whip around.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Good. We'll do a couple more.
Hi. Boy. Boy. Hi.
You're all tied up. This one, please. Thank you. This one, please. Thank you. This one, please. Thank you.
Well, stop.
Yep. Very good. That's better. Good. To your right. Good. Backwards.
I'm not tapping here. Is that fine?
Yeah, no, that's fine. If he's moved here, if he moves quick enough, we don't need to tap.
Okay.
It's really the recall that we're wanting. And then to your left, 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Good. There you go. Good. Break. Good. One more.
Woo! Good job. Good job.
Like 6.
Oh, really?
Don't know your lesson 2s.
Well, stop.
Good. Good. That was very good. To your left. There you go. So you want to turn your face up here? Back. Okay. That's the correctional one.
Yeah.
There you go. You like leaning on the wall. Go to 2 steps backwards. Yep. And then to your left. There you go. That's better. Yep. Turn your face up, back. Yep. There you go. Right there. There. Got it. Excellent. And we'll swap.
Like that like a little
Good
bit.
boy.
Yeah, he just keeps going to that part. It's all right. It just gives you something to keep reinforcing in terms of temper turning.
Oh. Done. Good boy, Wall.
Yep. Get back. Hold. Okay. Good. Back. Good. And then rewrite. Two. There you go. You guys are so close to the wall, it's fine. You can praise there. Good point. Good point. Great. So can you see on the initial recall, so I was getting one right now?
Yeah.
Right. Now that one he did like move a bit, but he was in your immediate space when he was doing so.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Here, this side. Wallace, come.
Good. Back, yep. You got it. You got it. There you go. Over, sir. Good. Brace.
Boy.
To your left. Good. Good. Backward step. It's okay. Still in space, and then to your right. Very good. Good. Break. Good boy. A couple more. Better now. That 22 is making a big difference.
Yeah, he's definitely going way faster.
Oh, was that 22? I got 26 right now.
Oh.
Brian!
Well, 26 is working really well then.
Sorry, dude. You're doing good, though.
He's like, what the fuck is going on? What?
Wallace, come.
Good. Yep. Good. Very good. Good. Is that close enough for you? Good. Back, yep. Good job. Good. Good. Great.
Good boy.
Good. One more.
Wallace, come.
Good. Yep, that's fine. Good. Good. And break. Go. Break.
Good boy.
Good. Excellent. So, yeah, that 26 was making a big difference in speed. Wasn't doing like the whole bypass and stuff.
Yeah.
What do I need to do to get this to not happen? As quick as
Yeah,
possible?
so,
Okay. So once we teach the concept, then it's just finding the number that gets us the level that we're wanting.
yeah,
Questions about any of this so far?
I think so.
No, I think just like
Is that normal? I guess, sorry, I overshot you. Is that normal, like, because when we're healing, like, he's working at, like, a 13 and he's, like, at you. So, like, if we're in the running, I mean, I guess he's moving more, so it's like.
Yeah, so, like, let's say he's playing with a bunch of dogs, like,
Yeah.
your number could be 55.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he's, you know,
Moving
he's
around.
excited, he's
Yeah.
running around, the collar's, you know, moving, he's got his fur and all that stuff. So, whenever you're working with him, if you ever find like you're not having good connection, I always like you want to practice just getting that connection on the fly while you have him on the lead here.
Yeah.
Because then if there's like an overhit, we're not worried about he's going to run off, like make sure we're going through it.
Yeah.
Because that's what stuff that happened.
Yeah.
You know, everything plays things that said like, oh, it's going to be like happy, you know, everything's happy,
Right.
you know, fairies and rainbows and stuff. But that's not how life works. It's really fun. It's, you know, something's going on, you got to figure out the fly, you know.
Yeah.
So all this is setting the foundation so that if you have to, like, you know, go to 80 and tap them, it's not going to be like, whoa, what was that, and run away.
Yeah, like he knows what it is. He knows what it is.
Exactly. So like my guys, like, you know, I've accidentally, you know, maybe turned the dial up, it happens, put it in my pocket or something, and they got tapped on an accident problem. They just ran straight to me. I'm like, oh crap, my bad.
Yeah.
You know, on accident. But they ran in straight back to me.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, if that's not what I wanted, but like, okay, cool. Well, at least I know if I ever have to do that, like,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, to make this more realistic, did I tell you about, like, let's say you're working with each other? Ideally, you work, like, with a setting where he's distracted.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing this week. Like, he's chasing after a squirrel, and then I, like, slowly away, and then well, stop, and he, like, turns.
Okay, cool.
So we really haven't done it together, actually.
No.
We've done
Okay,
it.
Like in this scenario, like where one holds the short and one has the long, there's always been like, he's like sniffing a tree and will quietly like sneak back.
Yeah, we
Sure.
haven't done it.
Yeah, that's good. Like, that's the best way to practice it.
Yeah.
Okay?
The two person or the
No,
The
the
one
squirrel.
person.
Okay.
Yeah, the realistic way of, like, just, like, meandering and letting him, like, you know, the tree or the squirrels or whatever,
Yeah.
and letting him really get into it, you know, even for, like, a few minutes before I do the recall. The longer he's engaged with that, the less engaged he is with you.
Yeah.
And you're just trying to teach him, hey, I may at some point call you and need you to immediately return.
Yeah.
Okay? So then, one way, like, let's say you go to the park A and there's not, like, anything distracting going on, you can create, because when people call the dogs, usually dog chase something, running away, or scared.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So then here, what we do is work on the movement away, and then doing the recall there. Let's talk to you about that. So one of you is going to have the end of the long leash, the other will have the short leash, and then you're just going to start walking. Okay? And then that's a 30-foot leash, so like halfway through it, 10 to 15 feet, the other handler wants to call Wallace to get him to deflect or disengage this person before the tension hits him, ideally. Okay? In the beginning, you might get that tension. It might go off. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's not too sure yet. Because he's going to get confused. He might think coming closer on that heel.
Yeah.
So then he's not turning away when you're calling, and that's what we're practicing for. It's getting him while he's moving away from you to actually turn around and move to the other person.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we'll first start with walking, and then, like, let's say he's doing really well. The next logical step would be you run with Wallace away from the other person. And then the last step is where you're, like, playing with him and running back and forth, and during that play, somebody calls it.
Okay.
So you're trying to get him completely, like, you know, disengaged.
Okay.
And this is, again, like, if to force the issue. If you don't have the, like, let's say, well, there's, like, nothing going on, it's like, all right, well, then we'll just do it this way.
Boring. Yeah. Okay.
Okay?
Cool.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna have you start because I'm kind of confused as to where we're going. So I'll hold the short leash, you do the long leash.
Okay. Ready, Waddle? Let's go.
So do I like say his name, or you said like distract him?
So
she's
you'll
walking.
just be walking with him.
So you're going to be walking away. and
Oh,
I'll be here.
okay.
And you're not going to say heel or anything, you're just going to be walking with him.
Okay. So, but she has the buzzer, right?
Right. So as soon as I call him, you're like up there. Before this is tight, I'm going to call him back to me, and you're going to drop your leash.
Okay.
Wallace, come.
Yeah, and you keep moving and drop. Keep moving. Yeah.
Wallace, come.
And down. Hold right there. And we're not going to worry about the side steps here. Okay, good. So let's see what he did.
Trying to kill falling.
Yeah, good point for you, right? So for you, I've got this part. You want to do that movement. So at some point, you're going to go out of the span of the leash And he's gonna hit tension, which helps him then deflect and go back.
Okay.
So we're gonna try that a couple more times, and we can actually move forward a little bit, so you have a bit more space to move backwards.
We have the shark.
There we go.
Okay,
Good morning.
oh,
This way.
welcome.
Good.
Good boy.
And just flip it so that you'll be going this way, and she's going forward that way. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Wallace.
Let's go. Go get it.
Use your leash.
Go. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Come here. Go see. Go, go, go.
He's like, no, you're just gonna palm me.
Go see. Go get him.
Well, if you want to sit down this way.
Oh.
So I'm walking this way.
I'll throw off that one.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Hi, buddy. Out.
Let's go.
Back, back. Yeah, we'll do that a couple more times as well. And I'll have you come a little bit sooner, like 10 to 15, like halfway through the leash.
Okay.
And now, just tell Corey so he can watch for when they jump up. Or above it, or up. Come on, no. Oh yeah, she's taking first, Harley. Harley, you can come back to the rhythm shot. Yeah, bring me rhythm. And who's left? Shoot, on that shit. Picnic. Rhythm shot. Now.
Let's go.
Yep. Yeah.
Good boy.
One more from the top.
Let's go.
There you go. Oh, that's better. That's a little better. Good. Good, that's fine.
So does the come keep you
Right after.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And on that one, you called up, I don't know if you saw him like, kind of shuffle for a bit.
Yeah.
And I said, well, that's a good one, because now it's starting to register. But before it was just Wallace, whatever, right? And then he would send the lead, and then he would return.
Yeah.
But on that one, he felt like he started like thinking, I'm supposed to do something.
Yeah.
So he started to get the concept of it.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Good boy.
Now,
Wallace, come!
back. Yep, back. There you go. You got it. Good. Now here, you want to correct that? Face back. Yep, good. Over there. It's literally the curve of the wall.
So
Yeah.
weird.
Great. Good boy. Great. Boy. Yeah. But again, you saw his head kind of, he didn't turn, but his head started looking around.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to figure out, he hasn't exactly figured out that turn concept yet, but he's associating, he should be doing something.
Yeah. Ready? Okay, let's go.
Yep.
Wallace, come!
There it is. Back down, now better.
I feel like that's too far.
That's,
Oh.
there we go. You got it. You figured that.
Good boy.
He slowly is over. You got it.
In that scenario, would I just like turn and step back again?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Wallace, come!
There it is. Oh, good. Yeah.
Boy, great, good boy.
Yeah, he likes sitting on shoes too.
He's like, we're done with this, and I'm gonna stop. Alright, oh.
Wallace, come!
Yep. Good, last one.
Boy, great, good boy.
Wallace, come!
There you go. And ready?
Great, good boy. Good boy.
Good. So that one was actually the best one. Because he stopped, started to shuffle, and then he turned. And he actually turned when he actually kicked in.
Yeah.
But he actually looked like he did all of that for the most part of his own.
Yeah.
So now he's starting to get the pattern. Okay?
Yeah.
On one of them, he started to like walk back a little bit. So if you start to see, he recognizes kind of the distance of you. Dogs are really good about recognizing distance like that also.
Yeah.
Is the other person, you did a little bit at the beginning, I think, just to get you some space. But when you're trailing behind, you can kind of keep walking, you know, so you keep that static distance, and then once you're ready, then you would come in with a recall
Okay.
to help him from picking up on
That's coming.
that distance, right?
Yeah.
Because that 30-foot lead is like, you will recognize him approaching 20, 25 feet. This is when it happens.
Yeah.
You just see him buck back to return you.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Questions about that?
No.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
So the next logical step here would be increasing him to like the front.
Okay.
He's not ready yet. He's still struggling with the walking part of it itself.
Okay.
So if you work with him on this way, when you start to see very consistent turns and like running to you and stuff like without hesitation,
Yeah.
then you start to build towards the faster speed, more realistic speed.
Okay.
And once that looks really good, then I go to we're running around playing and stuff, and then I do recall over and deep like. Okay. Questions?
No.
So what we'll do here is you can pick up the black leash.
The long one or
the long one? Yeah, they're both black, right? Pick up the long black leash, and I'm going to show you guys real quick. You're not going to stay, right?
No.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Start.
5:30. Right, 5:30?
Yeah.
Remember when that time was at 6:30, 6:45.
Damn, that's late. Oh, what's like your latest client you got?
Right now,
Yeah,
about that time. Yeah, because since we're outside,
Oh, yeah.
with light and everything.
makes sense.
But I mean, I've had sessions as late as like 10.
Oh,
For like the doctors, for them. Like I had my for doctors, and it's super long,
Oh, yeah.
whatever. So it's not common, but it happens.
Yeah.
It's usually like, I think like Saturdays were from 8 in the morning to like 7, 8 at night.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Which is good.
Yeah, no, it's good to be busy.
Really
Yeah,
bad
good business,
for a while. So we'll go to here at Wallace. And what we're going to do here is we'll dip down our number. We'll go from that 26 down to 18 or whatever.
Okay.
And you're going to just pop in the heel.
Do you think it should be easier to set it and then he like popped up and I can grab these? Should I grab
I mean, you
these?
can say heel to walk forward.
Wallace, heel.
There you go. Stop. Good. You can grab it there. So, this whole cutting in front of you thing, is that still happening, or is that just?
It's not as much, at least not as much for me.
See, I mean, he does it not the time.
He does?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see.
apply the surface.
Yep. Is if he doesn't turn too much, I move into him, back him off the body. Okay, so now I can get him more straight.
Yeah.
I don't need perfect, but I don't want this.
Yeah.
Okay? So when I started to come to that stop, I don't know if you saw him curving like that.
Yeah.
And right away I popped him, right? He jumped back and I kept my movement forward. Because then what happens is when he pops forward, people go, what do I do?
Right.
Like you keep moving
Yeah.
to direct him back to that side again, and then we sync back up. So go. This is okay.
Okay.
I just don't want him here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. The other thing that we can do is if I see like this happening on the walk,
Yeah.
where it looks like this, and he keeps kind of cutting over,
Yeah.
is I'll just randomly turn in like that to use my right leg to push him off. Okay, and then so typically we would slow down, then we would turn.
Yeah.
Not here because you're trying to catch him off guard so that he thinks, holy crap. If I cut over, I get the whip. Okay, deal. Try one more. You see how he hesitates?
Yeah.
Okay? So you're not being mean, but you are being assertive. And if you see how quickly he picks up that concept, this is okay. Yep. Good. So I'm just making him feel wary of my body language. This is technically okay, because it's not here, right? But this, if I saw it happening, I'd go into a turn tap to line them up. There. Okay?
Yeah.
So once he starts to settle, because he's a super jumpy dog, and then people go like, well, am I going to make him more jumpier? Like, that's actually how they get over it.
Yeah.
They go through it, and they recover from it, and they keep repeating it. Eventually, like, oh, I don't even need to do this anymore, because all I have to do is in this area. Okay? So, whenever you're on your walks, you'll do this. You'll start straightening them out. So, what we're going to do here is you're going to put them in a heel. We're going to start to stay. So, the reason why that was important was because if you come to a stop and he lands in front of you, to make it very difficult to do the stay in moving get the movements.
Okay.
So I did it. You want to be side by side. I give the stay with my left hand. Don't worry if you see like stay, stay, and then I pivot out with my right leg. So now I'm facing Wallace. Okay, one movement.
Yeah.
Then I just move in like this.
Okay. Okay. Do this. Wallace, you. Wait, let's stop him.
So then go to pivot. Right? And then now you're gonna with your left hand, you're gonna just stay.
Stay.
And pivot out now. Here. When that happens, when you're moving out, you want to be ready to pull up, to tap, to put his butt back down.
Got it.
And you're not gonna say anything, okay?
Okay.
So it would be stay, pivot out, okay? Because you did this, so you went like this, and then this.
Yeah.
So the reason why this is important is because what is this?
That's like
So we're going
ready
forward.
to go.
Exactly, right? So then it's this stays stationary, your left leg is stationary, your right leg moves around, yeah, like that, okay?
Okay.
Now when you're doing this, if he gets up, you would freeze, up, tap, he puts his butt down, then I complete my motion, okay? And you want to have this hand ready, because then when you were stationary, I don't know if you saw, he just kind of moved in
Yeah.
towards you.
Yeah.
So if that happens, I can pull up and back and tap to put that butt back down, wait a moment, and then come back,
Okay.
heel. Okay?
Yep. Wallace, heel. Stay.
Up, yeah. Yep, up. There you go. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, now go ahead and just like slowly, how you are. You're gonna come back around in front of them. Right there, right there. You got it now. Wait. Now slowly reposition because he's moved a little bit. Yep. Up. Yep. Yep. There you good. Wait a moment. Now back to the side. Now brace.
Good boy.
Okay, I'm gonna try that 4 more times.
Good boy. Wallace, heel.
Okay. Good.
Stay.
Yep. Up. Yep. 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 Up. Up and away. There you go. Good. Now slowly, yeah, pivot so that you're in front of them. There you go. There you go. Now wait a moment. Relax a bit. Now back to the side. Now brace.
Good boy.
Just 3 more times.
Good boy. Wallace, heel. Stay.
Down, up. There you go. Good. Better. Then, yep, slowly switch over to the front. Good. And back to the side. Brace.
Good boy.
2 more.
Good boy. Wallace, heel. Stay.
Right. Now relax. Good. Now, yep, back to the side.
Back to the side.
There you go. Yeah. Now on this next one, I'm gonna have you up, but not tense.
Okay. Yeah. Like.
Because on that one, it was tense and it kind of looked like he was bracing.
Yeah.
He didn't move, which is good.
Yeah.
But we're just see if we remove that tension, so it's like it's ready in case he does get up, you can just catch him,
Okay.
but not like in effect.
Okay.
Okay.
Wallace, heel.
Move the forward. She's in the back.
Stay.
Yeah. There you go. Better. Back to the side.
Good boy.
Yeah, let's go spot real quick.
Wallace, heel.
And left leg.
Sorry.
Just pivot.
Stay.
Yep. Now wait. Good. Wait. Okay. And then just walk so that you end up being in front of them. There you go. That's good. Okay. So here, when you're putting that tension, you're trying to prevent Wallace from coming here. Okay, because for the last 4 weeks, 3.5 weeks, whatever, Ramon's always been here, here.
Yeah.
So now we're trying to teach him that this means to stay where you are. So when he comes back here, he's actually thinking recall.
Yeah.
Right? He's thinking that's what he's supposed to do. So when you're putting that tension up and back, you're preventing, I even go like this to keep the dog from being able to move to me and get to me as much as possible. Otherwise, it negates the lesson.
Yeah.
So we'll try it again, and what you do is just choke up a little bit more so that it gives you more leverage on keeping them back. Because you have longer arms and there was more slack, so then it was able to get to you. Okay? Again, go.
Wallace, heel.
Pivot. Good.
Wallace. Stay.
Yep, up, yep, right, that's okay, now wait. There it is, good. Now, just walking so he's in front. There you go, good, relax a little bit. Good, come back to the side, that was much better. Good, good boy, good boy, break.
Wallace, heel.
Good. Go ahead and just move backwards, like, so you're back on the side or whatever, or move around them. You can even do it from there, it's fine, yeah.
Stay.
They try to make you stay in it. Right, yeah. Right, that's okay. Then slowly walk around. Yep. Good, wait, yep. Yep. There you go. Good. Relax a little bit. Good. Back to the side. Good.
Good boy. Great. Good
Good.
boy.
Do one more.
Wallace, heel. Wallace, stay.
Down, down, yes. Good. Back to the side. Good.
Good boy. Good boy. Break.
So we're gonna try the same thing, but after you get to the front, and wait a moment, and you can just do like a half move around the front part of Wallace, like from his left shoulder all the way to the right shoulder. Just that front window, and then you'll land back in front of him, and then back to his side. Okay? Okay.
Wallace, heel. Wallace, stay.
Yeah. You got it. There you go. Position yourself in front again. Okay, and then lift the flag. And then that's good. Now try just walking from shoulder to shoulder. Okay, but be ready to pull up it. And you can do a little bit of a normal pace. Okay, now back to yep.
Back to the
Yep, back to the shoulder. Yep, good. Try that a few more times.
Good boy. Good boy. Great.
Wallace, heel.
Good.
Wallace, stay.
Okay, that's fine. Good, good, good. Yep, now I'll walk around. Yeah, 3 more.
Good boy. That was a good one.
Wallace, heel. Wallace, stay.
Yep, good, better, better. Yep, you got it, good, better. Good, one more.
Great. Good boy. Good boy.
Wallace, heel. Stay.
Good. Better. Hold for a second right there. So you see how the first one, like, he kept kind of trying to get back to you? Now he's, the brain's starting to get constantly, oh, like, this doesn't mean return right now, this means to just, keep calm and see where I'm at.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's go to swap. And then I'll have you pick up where he left off, same thing, stay, and then you do it again.
Can I try to raise them or should I just swap?
Yeah, you can praise.
Great. Good boy.
I think that's the praise is more for you guys than.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, no, fuck. He's like,
He's like, I don't know you guys are going to be bust out. I just stayed here.
Alright, ready? Well, go.
Good.
Good boy.
One more.
Wallace, heel.
Good.
Stay.
Oh, good one. Yep. Good.
Good boy. Wallace, heel.
Good.
Stay.
Good. Have fun.
Good
Last
boy.
one.
Wallace, heel. Stay.
He's gonna sleep.
All right.
Good. And break.
Good boy.
Good. Excellent.
Good boy.
So,
Yeah.
started off kind of wonky, and then as you did it more, you started getting the concept better, and didn't kind of force back to you so much.
Yeah.
Now, as I was saying, there's a new answer for the remote that. So,
Yeah.
okay. So the next step after this would be stay, and then you would do like full walk around.
Mhm.
When you're walking behind the dog, since they want to follow, sometimes they'll stand up, or you might see them kind of still stay sitting, but they'll swivel.
Yeah.
If they swivel, it's okay. It's a loophole, you know, the butt's still on the ground.
Yeah.
But if he stands up or gets up or lays down, anything like that, you would correct that back to the same position.
Okay.
The swiveling thing tends to go away on some.
Gotcha.
Okay, once the dog figures out, like, oh, like you're just walking around me, like, they stop. Okay. So what you could do is, you know, if you have your long leash, you practice a recall, you can go into a heel, you can go into stay. But then if you do the stay, don't just think you can walk 30 feet.
Yeah.
You shorten the leash that you did here to make sure that you can stop them, and then work your way out.
Okay.
Okay, you come back in, break or whatever. I never do a recall from stay,
Okay.
because then you create problems. One problem is, like, let's say you need to hold foot for a bit, and you walk away, he's going to assume you're going to call it, and you're going to call it.
Okay.
Okay. Plus, it's not realistic. I mean, the way we're doing this here isn't realistic either, but you can build it to be more realistic. He's never going to be sitting there waiting for you, you know, at the dog park or whatever. Like, you're going to be, if you need to recall work, when you need to work, it's going to be actively doing something.
Yeah.
Okay? So it prevents creating any issues with the recall and all that stuff, prematurely breaking, but then also it's not practicing because it's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Questions?
No, I don't think, like, should we do recall, like, off the leash? Yeah?
No, you keep that on.
Keep that on?
Yeah, that takes time to get to be
Okay.
fully off leash reliable.
Okay.
So my setup is usually short leash to long leash dragging, to no leash enclosed area to no leash unenclosed area. Okay. Now I get clients that just stick.
Yeah.
Okay. But they're also like very comfortable with the remote and jump straight to the remote and make the dog return. That's the biggest thing.
Okay.
I've had people after one class walk their dog off leash.
Okay.
Right? They're like, oh, this is where you're doing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool, but you know,
Yeah.
we still got
Yeah.
2 steps to go.
Yeah.
But they're so confident with their remote that that's why they're able to do it.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
But it's not just training him, you gotta get used to it yourself, like we earlier, right?
Right.
The off, the bark,
Yeah.
whatever. It's like, what do I do? Or
Like, it needs to be automatic. Yeah.
yeah, you can't hesitate. You know, you just do it.
Yeah.
But then if you do it, you have to be ready to make it happen.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing. You know?
Yeah, because then it ruins it. We're like, Wallace, come, and then we like poke him the little ones, like whatever.
Yeah.
You have to be committed, like, okay, we're gonna make this happen.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, you might send them off.
Right.
And then we go, nope, you're gonna make yourself come back. Like,
Yeah.
my thing is I will make it happen. Whereas most people think, holy crap, that didn't work the way we wanted it to.
Yeah.
Let me go grab my dog, then it's bigger.
Yeah, that's you're retraining it. Yeah.
Yeah. So then that's why I always do things on the long leash. So in case you screw up or you make a mistake, whatever, you're not going to be panicking on that. Like you'll still, actually, not just say you're not going to be panicking. You'll still panic, even though the leash is right in our hand. And I'm just like, what are you worried about? Like, where's the dog going to go?
Yeah.
But you can't help it.
Yeah.
You just start to fumble things, and then that's how you get used to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
In terms of practicing the stay, you can also do it there in the walks.
Okay.
If you hit a red light, stay, practice at the red light. After you group stop tapping into a sitting position, stay.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
cool.
You go to the trash can, stay, walk away, work the way of the trash can. Stay is like the least useful command, in my opinion. When I say sit down or place, stay is implied.
Yeah.
So like the stay itself, the way it works for me is since he's in a heel, this isn't a sit.
Right.
This is a heel, but sit is built into it.
Yeah.
So if I move, Wallace is probably with me.
Yeah.
So here we're differentiating from stay. Now I'm going to move, and you're not going to move.
Right.
But then it means stay in the position that you're currently in.
Yeah.
So then it does become a sit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like if you were to be, let's say you talk him down, and you were to be laying down on his own terms, and you decided I need you to not move, stay. Because logically you can't stay down.
Yeah.
Right? Anything else?
No. It makes sense.
So you have your homework.
Yeah.
You can start blending all these things together.
Cool.
And then typically because we're at 4, so 5 and 6 would either be, 5 would be like stationary control, like
Okay.
it keeps the place command, so it's like go here, don't move for a bit.
Okay.
6 class tends to be, you're doing 6, right?
Yeah.
Would be an overview,
Okay.
like reviewing everything and like here are the steps, keep practicing so you build into off-leash ability.
Okay.
So
So how will we know that he's ready for off leash? Like.
Your next client said that because she has to come inside the garage, but do I tell her to
see if there's a spot at the end of the building open. Tell we're just wrapping up with our client because they're 15 minutes early.
Okay.
So, sorry. What was that question?
So like, how do we know when we're totally ready for off leash?
Oh, it's owner,
Okay.
right? So, again, I've had people not even be like they do for a week and then they're already with the dog off leash.
Yeah.
But they're making it happen.
Yeah.
So I always give people the steps.
Yeah.
And then they, like, I had another client who told me, like, I never let my dog go off leash, this and that. And her dog was off leash right. Like, I was like, your dog is great, right?
Yeah.
But she, because those are reactive dogs, she's like, no, I was like, I would never trust this dog. And then fast forward a year, she came to one of my pack walks in Lakeview, and she's like, hey, Jesse, guess what? Like, he's made friends, because he was dog reactive. Like, he has dog friends now.
Yeah.
I walk him off leash. I involve him off leash, and in fact, she actually used to live right where you guys just
yeah.
in the park.
Oh, nice.
What is it, Armitage in Lincoln?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like that building in the corner. She
Yeah.
lived right there. So, and she used to walk like 20 flights of stairs and stuff.
Oh,
my
She didn't
gosh.
want to fly right into a dog.
Oh,
So she was super like paranoid. And then I see her a year later, and she's completely 180.
yeah.
But that, but she, I even though her dog was really great obedience-wise, and she wasn't ready herself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah,
two
yeah.
factors to it. There's
Yeah.
Wallace, but then there's you as well.
Yeah.
My main thing is always, I want to see screw-ups.
Yeah.
Like I want to force screw-ups to happen and things like that. So when his legs get wrapped up, I'm like, all right, you gotta work through it. Because for the owner, even that, that's hard. I'm gonna make a video on this as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, because we're like, oh no, like we want to help them.
But you can't.
Yeah.
That one, the leash is off completely.
Yeah.
Like you have to make it happen.
Right.
Okay. And one thing that I do is one day I might go out and he'll be on the long leash, which is my aim of business. And I'll cap it at 127, and I'll go pop pop. I go, what do you do?
Yeah.
Right. He might go right. Then I use 127 to make a return.
Yeah.
The reason why I do that is because in the case of an emergency, you're probably going to be at 127.
Yeah.
So now you've done control of contacts, and he's on the long, which you're not going to get anymore. So you can force the return. So now you've set foundation for if you have to do 127, he's already had it before,
Yeah.
and he's going to think, oh crap, I remember this, and he's going to go back to do what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
The other thing is for the owner.
You know that you're not.
You know you're
Yeah.
going to be like, oh, this is going to suck, right?
Yeah.
You're going to feel really bad, but then you'll work through it and get used to it.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that you can do. So like I remember I had a client's dog take off on us, and he was running to the field, and we had no remote. We had no leash. We just took it off. We just took off. And then the owner was like, she just handed me the remote. So I was like, all right.
You do it.
And I just jacked it up, and I think it was like 80, 85. And it was the dog running around the dog. And you just saw him leap up, hit the ground, and then just burst out the group of dogs, and then run straight to her.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I was like 85, you know. So I did the hard work. But then it's funny because after that, she was like, "Hey Jesse, ever since that day, he's
right on it."
Right on it. And I was like, "Yep," because you know.
Well, I feel like even today, like just bumping up to like what 26, and he was like, was already way more in tune with like what like the command like right away.
Yeah.
Than what we were doing, because earlier today it was just like he'd like be like, "Oh yeah, there it is. I gotta go back now." Like, but now he's like, he's gotta do it. So.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay. Awesome, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if anything else, let us know.
With next week, we are gonna be gone for a week. Is it possible, like, just push
Yeah,
it?
just talk to Maria.
Okay. Cool.
Just tell her, and she'll either push you back or.
Okay.